lie, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'll surrender it. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
It does look a bit wet and I mean me.
You mean?
I mean me. But we're all natural today. Literally both just done a workout, had a shower, and then we was like, right, should we film a girl talk? Let's film a girl talk.
Just quickly, we get comments on the video all the time about people laughing about my setup in the background.
Yeah, I do wonder why you just don't sit with a blank wall like I do.
Because it's not right in front of the window. To be fair, that is fine. So we're gonna answer some of your questions / talk about some topics that you guys want us to talk about, and it's all things girly.
So if you're a boy and clicked on this video, leave! I'm joking. Since we've been in lockdown, we've actually done a boy talk recently where we was painting the canvases, which was really fun, by the way.
People love that.
I might do that again, but yeah, we wanted to swing back and do a girl talk, and then maybe the next one we'll do will be a boy talk, and we can just jump between maybe like monthly. Didn't think we'd be in lockdown this long, but here we are. We're so happy to have teamed up with Tampax for this video. We knew that there would be a lot of questions about stuff like periods, stuff they just don't feel comfortable talking about with maybe even like their parents, their friends. So even though you're not directly talking to us, we hope to cover pretty much everything that you'd be worried about. That's why Tampax really wanted to work with us, so we're super excited.
So I've got a long list of topics and questions. Like we said, a big variation, and I guess we'll just choose one each to kick it off. I have a little chat. It's all going to be anonymous, so don't worry about that. Let's get started.
Crazy.
Let's get crazy.
Oh my god, I'm not even just saying this, hand on heart, I would turn it around, but we just said it's going to be anonymous. The first question I can see is about periods. So should we start with periods?
Let's just get it out the way. Yeah, go on.
So someone's said, I'm so scared to wear a tampon. I was about to automatically say that I assume this person's younger, because I think there is that fear when you're younger. Maybe there's not as much knowledge out there when you're younger. But I don't know, I guess you could be in your mid-20s and have not worn, like personally for me, always been a swimmer, and I had to wear tampons from the get-go. It wasn't like I could come on my period and then miss my training. I was in the water, I had to wear one. I came on my period whilst I was in the Dominican Republic, so the first time ever, and the next day my nan was like, you either want to go in the pool or you don't, so you've got to wear one. Yeah. It was kind of thrown at me, but I think that was the best way possible. I didn't even have time to really think about it.
I started, I think, like very beginning of year 7, maybe even before that, but yeah, so I didn't have like a massive reason to go straight into tampons, and I think I can see like how some people, if you don't have a reason, you could just put it off.
I know people at our age now that will just avoid wearing them.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but it's really nothing to be scared about. I mean, I have older sisters, so I would speak to them about it, and I have a really close relationship with my mum, so, and we would speak about it as well. So if you have like people to talk to about it, then obviously that's great, but if you don't, then hopefully this can help. But yeah, I remember I probably used like sanitary towels or pads for probably the first kind of few months. Again, I used to swim and go on holiday quite a lot, and I didn't want to miss out on going in the water, so yeah, my mum kind of taught me how to insert a tampon, which is like a big cringe for some people, but it really doesn't have to be. Once you kind of get used to it a few times, it's literally second nature, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think maybe this is obviously a massive guess because of these questions aren't in full detail, but I assume people are worried to use them because of the whole fear of it being uncomfortable. Obviously, this is one of the main reasons we actually wanted to work with Tampax. Kind of a brand that's really on the same wavelength as us, so they want to make, for example, talking about inserting tampons, doing it the right way, as comfortable as possible, and that's what we kind of want to do. We want to be that person that you can listen to instead of being like, oh, I can't talk about it to anyone. Maybe you avoid wearing tampons because you don't put them in correctly, they're uncomfortable.
Sometimes obviously we're talking on a whole, but we do know that a lot of you guys are younger, which is really important for us. But yeah, so Tampax as a brand obviously is tampons. So they do like tampons as a whole. If you don't have a clue, they'll do like all different sizes. So if you're like really light on your period, or if you're really heavy on your period. And I think probably when I first started using tampons, I would start with the small ones, because you don't want to jump straight into putting in a big tampon if you've not felt one before. But yeah, I actually remember really clearly that my mum told me the first time I tried it, I should maybe like have a bath or a shower, so everything's kind of like warm.
You're relaxed.
Relax, yeah. And basically just try out different positions to see what is comfortable.
I remember my nan told me to sit on the toilet and try and put one in first, because you're in the right, like,
everything's kind of open.
Yeah. It's hard to explain. Obviously everyone's different. You'll have your own little technique kind of thing. Another thing that's really helpful with Tampax is obviously you get the little applicator. So with the Tampax Pearl Compact, you basically take the wrapper off, you've got an applicator, you pull the bottom bit out, you'll know exactly what I mean if you've got one in your hand, until it locks. So you're pulling it and then it is ready to be inserted, and then you're pushing the whole way in, and then bosh, it's in. One of the fears was like, oh my god, is it gonna like fall out? Is it high enough up? And with the applicators, it's doing all the work for you, it's doing the thinking for you. The applicator is there to push it into the right depth.
I know for a fact they have like a little leaflet in the tampon box which can break down different methods as well, which might be helpful. It's like a step-by-step basically. Like we said, you'll try different things and you'll learn a good technique for you. It'll be different for everyone. Give it a go, get the fear out the way. When your tampon is in, you shouldn't be able to feel it, and you won't feel it throughout the day. So don't worry about like having a long day out and having to wear a tampon or going in the pool, because eventually once you get used to it as well, you really won't even know that it's there. We could talk about this all day, but another really important thing about when you use tampons is that you shouldn't really flush them down the toilet. You should take it out and wrap it in toilet paper and then put it in the bin. That is just a really good way to dispose of it. So yeah, that's basically the 101 on tampons.
So like we said, everyone is completely different. People have heavier flows, lighter flows. What film is that from? I have a heavy flow and a wide set vagina.
Mean Girls. Hope that helped some of you guys. Please let us know if it did.
I hope we obviously don't want the whole video to just be about periods. We want to talk about other stuff. But if you have any more questions, please feel free to DM us, or on the next Girl Talk, maybe be a tiny bit more specific, and then we can touch on that a little bit more.
Next question. This is kind of like, again, with your body parts, and I've actually had a few saying about shaving for the first time or waxing for the first time, and like different ways to do it. Shaving was in general and then waxing was down there, but
I've had it lasered.
oh, we were talking about this the other day when we first shaved our legs, weren't we? I think we were probably, yeah, in secondary school, beginning of secondary school.
I didn't start shaving my legs. First of all, my nan wouldn't let me shave my legs. She got me to use hair removal cream.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I used hair removal cream for probably a couple of years.
I think I remember just kind of being in my mum's shower and seeing a razor and thinking, my sisters do it.
I don't remember the first time.
I think because I have older sisters as well, I don't know, I think I just kind of felt like, why not? But yeah, I think, yeah, I started shaving my legs, and then I probably didn't shave like down there until I was mid-teens, just because I didn't really obviously see the need to. I
always used to go on holiday like for the whole summer, and there was one time where we was on like at like a water park, and I'm pretty sure I think I must have clocked someone had their little like bits hanging out, and I was like, oh my god, that would be my biggest fear.
Obviously there's kind of certain reasons you might want to shave down there. Also, once you start, I think you realise it's actually much more comfortable as well. I've never had it waxed. I'm a bit scared. My sisters have, and I know that it's very painful. Shaving works for me. I think if you don't like shaving, or if it causes like a lot of ingrown hairs, or
you don't. Ingrown hairs.
If I could sum it up, it'd be ingrown hairs. But that's why you started getting a laser, isn't it?
Like I said, I'm very hairy, very. For my 20th birthday, I remember I was like, all I want is laser hair removal. Started with my armpits. Yeah, I get down there, and I've actually had my legs done. You need to have that certain amount of sessions. I've only had down there done like 3 or 4 times, and you're supposed to have about 6-7 sessions. I got half the growth as normal.
One thing I would say is please don't shave your arms or any other part of your body that you don't need to.
I did it once because someone at school said I had really hairy arms.
Oh, don't listen to people.
No, I know.
This question, I like this question, but it's not actually going to be answered by me. It's going to be answered by Elle. So, 22 and I've never had a boyfriend. I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
It's perfect for me. So I am now 23. I have mentioned that I am seeing someone, but as I've mentioned in the past as well, I've touched on like I've dated and things like that, but it's never been anything serious in the past.
And I bet that sometimes you thought you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the conversation with you, haven't I? And it can be disheartening, especially if your friends are all like in relationships and yeah, kind of having a little bit more luck than you. But just trust the situation, have fun with it. I know it's so easy to say, but enjoy it. Because yeah, I mean, once you hopefully meet someone, hopefully that will be a long-term thing and you'll kind of not miss being single because you'll be happy with the person, but it will be a massive change and suddenly you have someone else to kind of like consider all the time. I think I had the odd time where I would be a little bit kind of lonely maybe, but yeah, I always had really good friends and a lot of family. There's nothing wrong with you, it's just different for everyone. His first boyfriend was at 16 and 14. There we go.
We couldn't be more opposite in this situation. That's why I'm letting Elle answer this, because when I come out of my relationship last year, I remember thinking like, what if I don't meet someone else? Like, you do sit there and like second guess yourself and you're like, you forget how it happened before.
You feel like you have to do what you've done all over again as well. You have to start again.
I almost was starting blinder than Elle. Like, all of a sudden I was single at 22 and I was just like, oh, Elle knows how to date and I don't.
I would use, yeah, again, another thing, I would use that time for like just having fun. And I don't mean that by, you know, sleeping around, because that wasn't something that I did. But I do just mean like going on dates and going out, just going out all the time and doing things for you. But yeah, I would just enjoy it as much as you can, because hopefully you will meet someone really soon and like I said, it will all change. But yeah, 22 is still so young.
And that is a wrap, ladies and gents. That was good, actually.
Always love these girl talks.
We get really invested and then that's when I'm like, oh, I don't think we can do any more questions because we've literally spent 10 minutes on each question. This will be an 2-hour video. Do let us know if you want a boy talk soon, or even if you want a part 2 girl talk.
Let us know, please, if we helped you out in any situation. And of course we'll do another video really soon. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you to Tampax for sponsoring this video and promoting their amazing message. We will put all their information in the description box so you guys can go have a little look at that. But yeah,
thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. We love you. Hope you're staying safe.
And we will see you soon. Bye. Bye.